Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and apparently this is the Decepticon Target Master known as Caliburst. And naturally, this is the Siege Wave 3 iteration of him, the Battle Master version of him, and is it really Caliburst? I'll explain why I asked that question when we look at everything to do with this guy in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. It's great that you have dropped by again for a visit. Have a look at Machinery Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors NL, and me everywhere. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and while you're at it, that's right, hit the notification bell because it lets you know when new content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. See what I did there? See what I did? I switched it up for once. I changed the introduction there a little bit. And maybe it's okay to switch things up now and then. Case in point, Caliburst here. I don't remember him looking like this. I've done some research and there is a belief that this is his coloration from the Rebirth episode, but it's not how I remember the guy. But maybe there's another reason that he's colored this way. Either way, I do like the kind of purple and I'm going to say black, but it's almost a very, very dark gunmetal gray. It's really black. I like the coloration, but I don't know how accurate it is. And this is also just a mold reuse, so is that exciting or not? Does the mold hold up? Do we have, new tolerance issues? There's actually a surprising amount to kind of ask questions about when it comes to this guy. So without any further ado, let's look for some answers and head over to the table and take a closer look at this lad. Okay, so I know that the packaging says Caliburst, and admittedly the mold makes sense. It's shaped like Caliburst, but I don't think this is Caliburst. These colors aren't even really close to being right. Just saying. Of course, that being said, apparently this is his coloration from the Rebirth. I don't know, I feel like I remember him also being blue and gray. I don't know. I really don't know how to score the paint apps here. I want to say 0, because it's not the way I remember them, but I've remembered stuff wrong before. Maybe this is a 10. Anyway, you cut it, this reuse, I suppose, of Blowpipe looks great on his packaging, and on the back, of course, we have your normal product images. Why he's paired with Starscream, I have no idea. His instructions show that he turns into the oxidation cannon. Great. A beautiful little purple blast effect comes included as well. I really like this, and it's a very good Decepticon blast color. And indeed, here we have Caliburst, and I don't know, the articulation I guess is like an 8 for what it is. It's 5 points. We have the arms that can go way out to the side, just like with Blowpipe and all the way around. I don't think the head moves. If it does, I don't want to risk moving it myself. The legs go forward. The legs can go all the way back when you get the blaster piece out of the way. The blaster piece could come up and go on his arm as a blaster for the robot. The transformation means taking this up over the top, bringing the whole waist section back, tabbing the legs together, and on the heels there are a couple of little tabs that go into slots on the cannon piece there. And then we bring up the arms. There's a little tab on the kind of inside of the wrist that goes up into a slot here on the hip, basically. And up there. And in the end, here we have, in his blaster mode, Caliburst. And I'm not going to put him with Starscream, no sir. Just as we have Misfire with Aimless and Trigger Happy with Blowpipe, we now have Slugslinger with Caliburst. I am so happy to have all of these guys and their partners bring on the Autobot ones. Overall score for Caliburst. I don't remember exactly what I gave Blowpipe, but Caliburst is the same thing because it's the same thing. The only thing I'm not sure about is the coloration. If you guys know better than I do, hey, let me know. All I know is that I tend to remember his body being dark blue and his legs and I should say his body and his arms being dark blue, and his legs and like cannon piece being a gray. But I've also watched Headmasters, so maybe I'm remembering that version of Caliburst. I don't know. Either way, 3 Decepticon Target Masters now have their Target Master partner, and I couldn't be happier. And here we are once again, and even since doing the review, I have done a little more research into his coloring. I cannot find this coloration anywhere. I don't see it anywhere. I went back, I rewatched Rebirth Part 2, where this guy is introduced to his partner Slugslinger, and his body and his arms are blue, and his legs and his cannon piece are like a gray, silver, I don't know. I don't think this is accurate at all, in the least, not in the slightest, not even a little bit. But that being said, Aimless and Blowpipe, are both blue and gray, and they only look a little bit different. Now, they were 2 different molds, so you can differentiate them fairly easy. This is a reuse of the Blowpipe mold. If he too was colored with that same sort of light blue and gray, I don't know if you'd really be able to tell them apart very well. Maybe because of the paint on the faces, that would be different. Speaking of which, I do love the red visor and the orange face. I think it really makes this guy pop. Here's the thing. Maybe having this coloration is still alright because it differentiates him enough from the other 2 to make him feel and look unique. Am I going to do a repaint? I'm not particularly planning on it because I do like the fact that he looks unique. And even with this kind of stylized coloring, the figure works well, the tolerances are still great, and when I place him in the hand of his partner Slugslinger and put Slugslinger next to Misfire with Aimless and Trigger Happy with Blowpipe, looking at that trio with their proper partners is something that I find very rewarding. It makes me happy, so perhaps I don't really need to change the colors on him, because maybe, just maybe, even though a little bit stylized, Caliburst is great just the way he is. Just like you. There's a nice thought for the day. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts and your experiences have been with this guy. You know I love to hear from you guys. I appreciate you giving me some of your very valuable time. I know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there is a donation link down in the description. Again, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out so very much, and I very much look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams, typically on Thursdays, or right here inside the videos.